I just got to Mira and they asked me, do you want us to go to Ben from the kennel? Okay.
Maybe we should cut for a little bit.
This is what the video is gonna be. I don't know how cutting will help.
Can you talk?
Yeah, I've got my box ready. I suggest you do as well. This might even be harder than announcing the end of Ben's career because, like, this is it. Like, this is his last video. And I thought we'd have 10 years together, not 8 months. But God had different plans. I know that I can't see it right now, but there's a reason. And maybe it's because Ben was meant to be the light. The one light I had in a really hard year. Because if there's one thing Ben has always done, it's make me laugh when I needed it and make me feel understood. And I'm just gonna be like totally honest. I love all of my dogs, but Ben was my favorite. And I've been really angry that God could give me such an incredible dog for only 8 months. But Ben will really always be with me. On Monday when I arrived around 8 p.m., one of the first things they asked me is, do you want us to go get Ben? When I first talked to Mira, late May, early June, about what was happening with Ben, and we thought it was medical due to a number of things, but we knew there was a chance that it was behavioral, and so they said, you know, we don't want you to spend a ton of money on the medical bills when there's a chance it's behavioral. So send him to us. We'll do all the medical testing at our clinic, and if nothing comes back, we'll do the behavioral testing. So I sat there, and they said, you know, are you coming out this way anytime soon? And I said no, and they said, well, you're gonna have to send him in cargo. I immediately said, I'll book a ticket. And my trainer said, I knew you'd say that. She said if anyone would do that for their dog, it's you. And so that's what I did. I flew with Ben for the last time, but of course I didn't know it. And he was perfect the whole flight. And I stayed overnight in the hotel. It's a 6-hour flight. I stayed in a hotel. A volunteer picked him up. And I flew right home. Everybody at Mira knows that these dogs, they're everything to me. And I really appreciate that they gave me a last night with Ben. And they allowed me to have my goodbye. When I said goodbye to Ben in early June, when the volunteer came to pick him up, I cried because I knew whether it was medical or behavioral, it very well could be the end of the career. And though all of us prayed it wouldn't be, I knew it could be. And so I was crying, and usually when I cry, Ben runs to comfort me. And this time, he wouldn't even look at me. It's like he knew. And I thanked him at that time. And I told him, you know, that I hoped we'd work together again. And I put his harness on, and he walked me to the hotel room door. And I gave him to my mom to take down because I couldn't do it. And I didn't want that to be our goodbye. I'm glad that they gave me the time with him to have a proper final day. So they brought him to the room, and this is how that went. I just got to Mira and they asked me, do you want us to go to Ben from the kennel? I have not seen Ben in a month, and I just don't know what I hope he recognizes me. I hope he's as excited to see me as I am to see him.
We have to get his hedgehog.
I'm gonna get his toys out that I brought for him. Yeah. I'm gonna give him so many cuddles. He's gonna lay in bed with me.
Sorry, I'm just moving around here to try. Where do we put his hedgehog? I think
it's in the suitcase. We don't need to worry right now because he's coming in just a few minutes.
Okay.
I'll get it out afterwards.
Oh my god, you weren't expecting to see him tonight.
I wasn't expecting to see him tonight. I thought I was gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Oh, bless. I'm gonna see my boy for the first time in a month.
Hello.
Where do you look today? Wow, you're so happy.
I feel the same, buddy. I feel the same. I do.
probably thought he wouldn't remember.
I think he missed you.
Yeah, I missed you.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God,
God,
he
my
says,
monkey.
there you are.
My monkey. Yes. Oh, it's so good to be with you again. Oh my God. Oh.
Oh. Oh, that's lovely.
Wait about that song.
He says you too.
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
He says, now is that chicken?
Remember that back just in case. There we go.
Well, I've got to
Hey.
tell you, buddy, you've gained a little bit of weight.
I'm gonna give
Actually,
you
he
one.
did. He did.
Oh, thank you.
Which is probably good, because remember he
Come
lost
here.
it? Yeah.
I'll be back.
I see. I know. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. You're bigger than I remember. He's very happy.
He's very happy. He's very happy.
I am too, buddy. Yes, it
Wait.
So I need a
I'm
drink
gonna
after
give you his
that.
bowl.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa.
You love bowls.
he already eat
It's
today.
actually empty. It's just
But
going to
if
be
you want
water.
to feed him tomorrow, you be able to.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just don't even know what to do. I just don't even know what to do. Yes. Oh, yes. We're together again. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? He says, I remember this one. I remember this one. What else do you have in there for me? Does that
Oh.
remind you of home? Yes, it reminds you of home.
Do you want to give him these now?
You want treats? I know my boy. He says, yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh, Ben. Yes.
I see. They're homemade.
Mmm.
Is that yum yums? One more.
They were actually gallops.
No more. You get to save the peanut butter. I can smell it. Delicious.
Mmm. Homemade. Yummy, yummy.
Gallup crashed a doggy birthday party at the park. And so because he crashed the party, they gave him the party favor. So yeah, as you can see, Ben was so happy. Because, you know, he didn't know. And if any dog has ever made me feel loved, it's Ben. So we reunited. And for the first time in a month, I felt whole again. And for the first time in a month, I felt at peace. Like I just felt like everything would be okay because I had been. I had a shower that night and he came in with me and he just sat there and watched me the whole time. And anytime I would leave to get him water, to go to the bathroom, you know, I would leave him in my room for a minute. And every time I'd come back, he'd be standing right at the door. He was so scared I wouldn't come back. And that night, of course, he slept with me because until I brought him to Mira for the month, not a day has gone by since we first met that we haven't slept together. Not a single day. And so we slept together. Me on the right, him on the left, because that's how it has always been. No matter where we are, no matter what bed we sleep in, I sleep on the right and he sleeps on the left. And we slept with our backs pushed up against each other the whole night. And it was so comforting to feel like I had my other half. Then, you know, I also had given him his favorite toys, like his hedgehog from Purdy's, Filbert. He is loved from the moment he came home. It's not even a dog toy. There's no squeaker, there's nothing. But he loved that toy. And then he got to be in a Purdy's commercial. Kind of funny. But I gave him his toys and some homemade treats. And we spent some time together. I put him on harness one last time. And we went for a walk through the Mira campus. And sat in the grass. I had a lot of special moments with him. But it was funny because, again, like, in those final moments, it's like he knew. Because he just wouldn't look at me for the second time ever. He just wouldn't look at me. And I filmed a little clip for you guys because he's not just my dog. He's all of our dog. And I know he means so much to all of you. And you've known him for as long as I have. And the only thing I regret is that you didn't have time to get to know him as much as me because he is the most special dog I know. Isn't he, Mom?
Yeah, no, you guys are, it's such a Incredible relationship.
Like I said, I love all of my dogs, but the bond we had was like nothing I've experienced. From the first few days at Mira, like if I would leave the room, he would pick up my slipper and he would sleep with it so it would smell like me. He did that our whole time together. If I would leave for 30 minutes without him, I would come home and I would find him sleeping on my slipper. And I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss wondering where my slipper is. But yeah, so I filmed this moment so that you guys could have your goodbye with him as well. So I was reunited with Ben, which I knew I would be to have our final, night together. And just like always, we slept with our backs to each other, pushed up against each other. So comforting. And I've just had my final morning with him. And it's obviously been excruciating. Stop making jokes. Stop being silly. This is sad.
He's trying to make it.
He's like, laugh. Look at me. And, yeah. We've been having, our goodbye. And I just want to give you guys a moment to say goodbye to him, too. Because I know that all of you love him so much. And I wish you had more time to get to know him like I have. Because he's the most special dog I've ever met. You're gonna be really hard to replace, buddy. Yeah. You're a tough act to follow. Thank you so much for everything. Say goodbye to all your friends. They all love you so much, huh?
He's eating grass.
He says, goodbye, everyone. Everybody loves you.
He's gonna have a good
You
life.
have so many fans, huh? You're half the reason people watch me, if not 89% of it. One more hug for the road.
He's looking away, Molly.
He's like, I can't look at you. I love you so much. I love you so. I've been crying and I didn't know I could cry this much. I almost threw up. I've never thrown up from emotion, but he always tries to drink my water. Here, fine, one more time I'll share my water. Oh. You always steal my water. Huh?
He loves water, don't you?
My favorite. Yeah, you're my favorite. I'll be honest, you're my favorite. Then the trainers came and they told me it was time. And so they guided me with Ben to the kennel and I took his harness off for the last time. And he's a really good dog, so they told him to get into the kennel and he jumped right in. And he ran around like he was excited for a minute in the kennel. And then he turned around. And he sprinted to me. And he jumped out of the kennel. And he ran to me. And he jumped into my arms. And he wouldn't stop. He just kept jumping on me. And that was it. They're very kind. And they told me if I need to go see him and say hello, I can do that at any time. But that they didn't recommend it because it'll make it harder. And so I haven't, even though I want to. That's my new dog. I know you're not ready for that. And I'm honestly not either. In certain ways, but I know it's what's best for me. And I know it's what Ben would want. I know he would want me to be safe and be happy and be guided by another furry friend. The next one is laying on the floor, and I think they would have been great friends. In fact, they probably were because they lived together in the kennels for the last month. Yeah, that was my goodbye. And I don't know, to be honest, I might say one more goodbye before I leave at the end of training. But that was that. I wanted you guys to have your moment because I didn't think that the photo shoot vlog, the stupid photo shoot vlog, this video, I didn't think that would be our last video. And so I wanted to have one more moment with him on his channel, and I'm really grateful that I got that because although he didn't die, and although he didn't die, I still have to grieve this. I might never see him again, and I have to accept that. I'm so happy he will live a long life and a happy life. He's not going to be in my life anymore. And so I have to grieve his loss the way I would grieve a death. And when Gypsy passed away, the last goodbye that I had with her, it wasn't how I would want it to be, because when she went into that surgery, I said goodbye like a see you later. I didn't get to say all the things that I wanted to say until she was already asleep. And I'm glad that with Ben, I got to thank him and say everything I needed to say. And I'll never forget the way he ran to me in those final moments together. And there's a special connection between Ben and my new dog, and I'll share that later in another time, but it feels like it was meant to be, that this was meant to be. Like I said, I don't quite understand the reason that this has happened, but maybe it's because other guide dog users will go through this. Other service dog users will go through this. I know that. I literally feared this happening when I went to go train with Ben, as if my heart somehow knew. Didn't I have that fear?
Absolutely.
I had this like
I've seen it.
deep fear that I was going to end up with a dog who needed to retire early, and I don't know why, but it's like my heart knew. And I knew it could happen because I've had friends from all different schools who have had this happen. And maybe this happened to me because I can help some of you. And if you're going through this, I just want to remind you that you're going to get through it. And I'm reminding you because I have to remind myself. I healed from Gypsy, and I'll heal from this. But it's going to take a really long time, and that's okay. But I know my new dog is here to help me heal and to start the next chapter of my journey with me. And I really hope it's a better one. Because Ben came for a really rough chapter of my life to give me the love that I needed during that really hard time and to make me smile. And he accomplished both of those things. He was an incredible guide dog. I'm grateful for the 8 months. And as painful as it is, I'd rather have had those 8 months than to have never met him. Thank you guys for being on this journey with us and for supporting me through, for your understanding and your love and your kindness. I appreciate all of you. I hope that this was an okay send-off. That's it for Benny and the Jets.